Welcome to Fortified Training, your one-stop injury prevention shop for soccer players and fans alike. Injuries are an unfortunate part of the beautiful game, but they're far less likely to occur when you increase what your body is capable of doing. The best way to do that is effective strength training. My name is Ryan. I wish I knew way more about effective strength training before I got injured. I'm here to make sure you can get out in front of your injuries before they occur and bounce back faster if they do. In this video, we're talking about hip flexors. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the gold standard of hip flexor training, which would be a machine with handles and a roller that goes across your thigh so that you can lift your thigh close to your hands and then lower it with resistance. Now, our gym doesn't have that, and yours might not have that either. So we're gonna dial it down a little bit in terms of equipment and then show you how to use some alternatives that do exactly the same thing. Our first of 3 exercises is seated. You'll notice I have something here to secure my foot underneath. If you don't have a roller like that, you can just put a heavy dumbbell on the floor. Whatever it is, make sure it's not gonna move, and then lift your foot up into it to create a little bit of tension. Then that leg's gonna stay on the ground. I need you to hug the opposite shin so your thigh is pressed up against your belly. And then we're gonna lean back as far as we can to stretch the hip flexor on the down leg. Watch. A few important things about this. First, my setup. I wanna make sure I have a little bit of bench behind me. That way when I roll backward, I have room for my butt to travel. If I'm all the way back here and then I roll backward, kind of feels like I'm gonna fall already and haven't even gone very far. Second, when you lean back, hugging this shin is gonna fully flex this hip, which means it's gonna fully extend this hip. And that's a super key ingredient for getting a hip flexor stretch. Your hip flexor is long in that stretch position when you're back here. If this knee isn't all the way up against my belly, I might not be able to feel what I want you to feel. Third is range of motion. Now, keep in mind, I'm not the most flexible dude in the world, so you might be better at this than me. But when I stop here, I'm not getting a lot. I need to keep this thigh against my belly and then go as far as I comfortably can while being safely able to return back to my seated position. I should note that our first exercise biases your hip flexor in a long position. Our second exercise biases your hip flexor in a short position. To do that, seated, both feet flat on the floor, then take a stick or something over your head. That's gonna help keep you honest in terms of posture. So what I'm looking for is as tall and stacked as possible. Next, we're gonna bring one knee up towards your chest, keeping your lower back flat, and then straighten that leg out and bend under control. When I lift this knee up and I run out of room, my lower back's gonna round. So in a good rep, I need you to stay nice and tall, and then stay tall, remain tall as that knee comes up. Then we need to straighten. And when we straighten, you're gonna notice that thigh drops down a little bit. So the best rep is flatten your lower back, knee as tall as possible, and then it stays tall as you straighten that leg all the way out. And that's biasing my hip flexor on the moving leg in a short position. Our third exercise is gonna connect the short position to the long position. I'm switching benches. This one's just a little bit taller. That's gonna give me more clearance when I do the exercise. Also, be sure that your bench isn't gonna tip. If I'm too heavy on this end, the other side of the bench is gonna come up. So just be safe when you do this exercise. To set up, put one knee on the bench and then both hands on the ground as if you would do a push-up. Then my opposite foot's gonna come off the floor. I need to bring that knee towards my chest, drop my hips low, and then take that leg to the ceiling as my opposite knee comes through. Watch 2 reps. Left knee towards my chest, hips low. Left foot to the ceiling, right knee to my chest. One more time. Left knee towards my chest, hips low. Left knee up to the ceiling, right knee to my chest. And in fact, what we're doing is taking your knee up towards your chest and then away from you. That leg is on the bench. Time to recap. Gold standard on hip flexor training, that machine where you can move the roller up and down. If you don't have that, you'll blend right in because we don't either. If that's the case, find something, put your foot under, lift those toes so it's not gonna move. Hug the opposite shin, and then lean back as far as you can, keeping this thigh up towards your chest. That biases your hip flexor in a long position. To bias your hip flexor in a short position, seated, march one knee up towards your chest, arms over your head, flat back, straighten your leg out, and bend under control, keeping that knee up to the ceiling. Our third and final exercise is dynamic, where we're working the knee on the bench. Knee on the bench, hands on the ground, opposite leg up. Your floating leg comes through like a march. Hips are low. And then hips to the ceiling, straighten your back leg, the knee on the bench comes towards your chest. That's it for hip flexors. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram for more free content. I'm there every single week. And check out the practice for injury prevention, strength training workout programs. Your workout is waiting for you.